Mr. President, let me thank you first. It is an honor to welcome you in the main news of Mega Television in Greece. And since I have this privilege just a few days before your visit in Athens, let's talk about the agenda of your talks. I understand you're going to sign certain agreements with the Greek government. Would you help us understand the fields of your cooperation?
I think basically the fields which are interested for countries of our size. Both of us are not very large countries. We have a long history and we have to become modern because the size of the country today is not the geographic dimension but the scientific development. We look upon Greece as a friend, historically and actually. We would like to develop the best friendly relations, looking for the future. There is nothing controversial between us, and there is much common to the two of us. We face the same problems, we face the same menaces, and we face the same future.
Talking about Europe, Greece and Cyprus are members of the European Union. The European Union now, as we know, is looking for diversification to its sources of oil and natural gas. Do you see in the future the possibility of for a new pipelines network, for instance, that could connect Israel with Cyprus, Greece and Europe?
Yes, surely. I mean, it is the call of geography and it is the conclusion of economy, and why not? But even in the oil domain and energy domain, there will be many changes in the near future in two ways. A better use of the available oil and gas and other sources of energy, and some new sources of oil and gas and energy. So the status quo is the status quo. We are going now to enter a different setup of both discovering oil and distributing oil and gas.
On the other hand, Turkey does not recognize the right of Cyprus to look for oil or natural gas at the offshore fields. This attitude is causing certain worries in Greece for the sake of the stability in our region.
I think there's an international law, and all of us will have to respect the international law. There's no special laws for every country, otherwise we cannot coexist. I do believe it is finally the international law that will decide the situation and will provide the solution.
Greece finds itself right now, Mr. President, in the middle of the so-called European economic crisis. There's a new government in my country, and one of the main priorities is to attract foreign investments. Is there any specific plan on the table with Israel right now?
Look, I want to tell you, we went through a larger crisis than Greece. I was Prime Minister in 1984. And then the inflation of Israel was 400%, imagine. And we have had to take very tough decisions. We cut salaries, we cut wages, we stopped subsidies, we cut the budget. And you know, I thought they're going to kill me every morning. The measures were so great and deep and painful. To my very big surprise, the more we took extreme measures, the more the government became popular. Because they say, those are gentlemen who are working seriously. You know, by the end, when we went out from 400% inflation to 16% in less than a year, my popularity went up to 86%. And there wasn't a single issue in the economy that they didn't cut and hurt. But they did one thing, I think, which is important, to do it together with the people and to do it together in a trio: government, unions, and producers.